Welcome to the REKAP Lunch Hour with Guff, Ryan McGuffey here in the REKAP studios. It's all brought to you by our proud partners at Hooters, original Hooters.com to find the Chicagoland location nearest you. Of course, there are 11 of them. We appreciate Hooters and their partnership here on the program. Lots to talk about. As always, the White Sox trying to avoid a sweep with the Mets. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm starting to wonder if Miguel Vargas is playing himself into the all-star game conversation for the White Sox. Right now, I still think it's Shane Smith who's on the hill today, but I'm starting to believe that Miguel Vargas keeps this going. He just might be. There's got to be someone. So who is it? The other question, and most importantly, I said this earlier. I tweeted this out this morning. It's something that I've talked about with Cap kind of off the air for a while. It's getting a lot of fodder. Okay. People are saying Tariq Skubal. Come on. Should the Chicago Cubs at 13 games over 500, by the way, Matt Shaw, since he's come back, dude, just like I said to you guys, you guys have been talking. I'm worried. I'm always worried about you. Because, we still need to go get a third baseman. No, you don't. It's really what I've been talking about since the beginning. Matt Shaw gets a couple of hits last night, walks off the Colorado Rockies. Since his return, the Cubs are 6-2. This is Matt Shaw since being recalled from AAA Iowa. He's hitting .355 with a .412 on base, a .516 slug. He has 5 doubles. 5 of his 11 hits are doubles, 3 RBI, 4 stolen bases. This is the dude the Cubs are looking at. Chris Sale and Jacob deGrom, to me, are no flippin' brainers. No brainers. You're getting the reigning Cy Young. People are going to be like, whoa, Jacob deGrom's always hurt. Well, he's not hurt right now. The Texas Rangers are currently 2 games under 500. They're 3-7 their last 10. They cannot score. The White Sox have actually scored more runs than the Texas Rangers. It's baffling. Then you go over to the Atlanta Braves. They just can't. They got in such a hole. They came all the way back. They're 9-19 on the road. They are 9.5 games out of the East, 5 games out of the wild card. I think the Braves are the team you look at. So let's go open it up to the gallery and see what you guys say. Happy Hump Day. Eric, if the Chris Sale and Jacob deGrom pitchers are at the right price, I would say yes for the Cubs to possibly get because there'd be good quality starting pitchers. Eric, no offense, they would be by far your best pitcher. What price? You pay it. You pay the top prospect. You pay it. Good. They would easily be your number one, and it's not even close. Please don't say Shota Imanaga. Those 2 guys are far and away your best pitcher tomorrow if you trade for them. Also, we have our third base situation pretty much fixed since Matt Shaw has been on a roll since coming back from Iowa, as I just said, hitting .355, stellar defensively. Great extra innings win last night. Is there rumors of either one of them being up for sale at the deadline? If so, why not? Sure, it's a gamble. But with the way this team is playing, what's the gamble? The history. Chris Sale won the Cy Young last year. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm making this rumor. I'm the one who said, you need to be creative and think outside the box. It's a seller's market because there's so many teams, but the Braves might be the team that says, you know what? This ain't our year. Thomas says, hopefully Sale is for sale, but yeah, get one of those guys for sure. The Braves are almost 10 games out of the NL East. Like, I'm not saying it's over, but I'm telling you, coming back 10 games down when you're chasing the Mets and the Phillies, it's almost over. And then you're fighting for a wild card. And you're fighting with every single team. The Giants, the Padres, the Diamondbacks, the Cardinals, and the Mets. So it's an uphill battle. Just to get to the wild card right now, you're talking about jumping like 6 teams. It's not over yet, guys, but it could be. Eric and Becky, I love it. Becky, come on. They won the game. A win's a win, but the Cubs shouldn't be struggling against the now 9-46 Pebbles. Rockies. I have a feeling The Breck Bear. Oh, there he is, because the Cubs were afraid of the Rockies' D. D who? Hey, the Rockies still are a professional baseball team. They beat the Yankees last week, for God's sakes. I did say it has to be a sweep, so they have a shot to do that tonight. Why didn't anybody button the 10th to move Kelly over to third with one out? Then all they needed was a sac fly. If baseball was that easy, Becky, every single team would be doing it. You know how I feel, but I do think the Thunder are in a good spot tonight. So I'll hat tip it to you, Becky, who's a loyal fan of this fine program. The Cubs should go for Jacob deGrom, says Clyde, who I'm not ignoring. The Chicago Sky should fire their head coach, who I believe is in year 1, and they should have won in Phoenix, Arizona. The Sky are not a good basketball team, Clyde. They're kind of on the other side of a rebuild, but they are not. Please don't tell me they're close to being the Indiana Fever. They're nothing like that. See what I've done? Probably pissed the Cubs off for probably putting this out there in the ether. Al says, get Sale. There's been a lot of White Sox fans on my timeline that are pissed that I even suggested this. Like, who are you? Why would you say that? Why would you even put it out there? You know why? It's been 9 years since Chris Sale pitched for the White Sox. Okay? I've moved on with my life. So has he. He's won a World Series for the Red Sox. He's in Atlanta now. He could sign anywhere once his contract's up. I could care less if Chris Sale pitches for the Chicago Cubs as a White Sox guy. I could. You know why? Because the White Sox are nowhere close to being the Cubs right now. I have zero problem if they're adding elite talent to help bolster their chances of winning a World Series. And quite frankly, I feel like all White Sox fans should feel the same thing. I will put that out there, save the receipt, come at me. But I think it's okay. If the Cubs had not won a World Series yet, then it might be a little different. Maybe I'd feel a little different than Chris Sale going down a float in a Cubs jersey on Michigan Avenue. At this point, I don't care. The Cubs have as many banners as the White Sox. 3. Okay? They may have a little bit more arrogance, but at the end of the day, and we have a Cubs podcast out where we debated the best Chicago players of the last 25 years, 2000 to current. There's more White Sox on that list than there are Cubs. And folks, it's a fact. And you need to look at the actual, go into the weeds and look at some of the players that have played for the White Sox and Cubs. Both of these teams for 25 years, honestly, they've had both had a World Series, both had other playoff appearances, and for the other parts, they stunk. And that's what we get in Chicago. So that's where I'm kind of like, why do we care if Chris Sale pitches for the Cubs? Do you think the White Sox will lose more than 121? No, Michael, but I do think the Colorado Rockies do. And there's my guy, Breck Bear, DePaul Pride. I was hoping you would get that, Bear. Representing the best DePaul in the land, and that includes Chicago with the L. DePaul never quits, baby. Let's go. Vargas is going to continue to play good. Hope Sox don't trade him. I don't think they're trading him. I think they're going to build around him. Good for Vargas for looking like. I'm not going to get excited yet. For looking like he's going to figure it out, because it's pretty awesome to see a turnaround. Kyle says, bet Breck Bears love watching Cub fans like myself sweat during this series. Wouldn't be surprised for another close one tonight. Go Cubs. Yeah, I think he would prefer a win, because there's nothing he enjoys more than laughing at teams that think that they're just pushing people over. But he also wouldn't mind a sweat. Guff, this thing with Caleb, the press is beating this horse bloody. Let it go. Nobody cares what he said. Now is what counts. I'm kind of with you. Ben Johnson meeting the media today. I think Caleb's going to meet the media next week at the mandatory minicamp. Ask him the question. Let him say what he needs to say, which is, I'm on to 2025. You guys are bringing up a story that's before I even got here. Is it factual? Sure. Have I moved on? Yes. Can Florida close out Carolina tonight, Michael? I do think it happens. BK, amen, Becky. We got lucky to win that game. I'm pissed Craig don't know what a effing bunt is. Wow. Your blood pressure's too high for a team that won. First and third, 1 out. Bunt, run, home. Bases loaded, no out. Bunt, safety, squeezes, and close games are needed. I forgot we're all caps. I should be yelling. Come on, BK and Becky. You guys are better than this. They won the damn game. Let it go. What's up, video game lover 58? Good number. Another inside joke. Thanks for being part of the program. Kyle, either one would definitely be a great addition to the Cubs rotation. Have the prospects to make a deal for either. Prospects are just prospects until proven otherwise, quoting the great Ryan McGuffey. Trade, trade, trade. I don't give a shit about 3-4 years from now when I'm trying to win a World Series right now. You know what? Gleyber Torres looked really good in a Yankees uniform for about 4 years. And you know what you got out of it? Aroldis Chapman and the 2016 World Series champion Chicago Cubs. Do you care that Gleyber Torres was a starting all-star second baseman for the Yankees? If the answer is yes, you can't have everything. It should be no. Breaking news out of Major League Baseball. It's agreed to build a full-scale replica of the old Polo Grounds that is expected to be completed by 27-28. Plans to host one series a season in that stadium, similar to what baseball has done in London the past few years. That's awesome. If that's true, I have not seen that because I've put my phone down. Okay. I love when you guys give me the breaking news, by the way. Don't see it here yet as I do a quick scroll. But now it's funny because I see other people putting out things. The Cubs should trade for Zach Gallen. Well, the Diamondbacks aren't trading. They're in the hunt. Okay? They're in the hunt. I got people all stirred up about these names. Wayne, what do you think the Bears will break ground? They have to. If this thing's going to get done, they got to break ground soon. And plus, Kevin Warren said shovels in the ground in 2025. Happy Hump Day to Jim. A new Oh, hi, guys. Guess what just happened to us? I'm here. I'm now going to do the show like this. We lost power in the REKAP studios. We have no power right now in the REKAP studios. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Happy Hump Day. This is fun because now I'm trying to read this stuff on a small screen. What a complete mess. Let me try to. Don't say I haven't tried to stay with you guys. My goodness. My goodness. Okay, let me see if I can keep here. Where are the. Let's just remove that one. Okay. Here we go, guys. Let's go. Here, let's go. This is fun. This is fun. Okay. Let's go. All right. Ben just took the job to coach Caleb. 100% with that. Totally agree. Totally agree with that comment. He's not the only reason he took that job. Let's be honest. You can find the report on Talking Baseball on X about the Polo Grounds. Dustin sending me messages in my personal account, which I don't mind. All right. Anytime you guys want to hit that, Dustin, I appreciate you doing that. This is made for quite the challenge. This is made for quite the challenge. The Chicago Cubs need a right-handed starter like Jacob deGrom. Huh, Clyde, where'd you hear that from? I totally agree. That's why I brought this stuff up. Vizzo Joe. Bajent will be the starter in week 3 of the preseason. Dude, are you hoping for an injury? Because if you are, that sucks. That sucks. Okay? Erica, look at the Rockies beat the Yankees in the first game of their series back in Colorado. They are still a Major League Baseball team. You can't sleep on no one. Erica hears what I'm saying. She sure does. BK, I can't believe you're so upset. They don't need a starter. They need relievers. Hey, ST, I disagree. I think they need both. They need a lights out starter in the playoffs. You need to make right now you're relying on Cade Horton, Colin Ray, and Matthew Boyd. Are you cool with those guys in the playoffs? I'm being honest. They need a lights out starter and a lights out reliever. So I think you're wrong. I think they need both. Always a first time for everything on the lunch hour. Way to recover, Guff. Appreciate you, Kyle. Dude, the power is out. This is crazy. I don't even know how I'm getting the comments. Like, I'm doing all of this, holding my phone, trying to keep up with it. Pablo, if a Sox pitcher makes it to the All-Star game, yet another sign that the pitching is headed in the right direction. at cost. Sorry if somebody at Costco. Sorry if somebody already said that. 100%. I think Shane Smith right now is the likely candidate, but I'm not sure that stays the same. They absolutely need a starter, Christian says, and I couldn't agree more. Okay, Clyde. You know, oh now I'm Clyde. I just lost all the power in this entire office, and I came firing back on the phone to keep this program going. And you're coming at me with comments I can't even see. Come on, dude. Come on, man. What are we doing here? Ignoring. I might start ignoring you after this. Let's see. What else do we got here? Power goes out, but the recap keeps going. I mean, we have to. Other guys, you guys would have been worried about, like, what was that? Where is he? Blah, 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 blah. Here, let's see what else we got. Ben is also a master of deception. TB17 is definitely a Tyson Bagent account. We know that from a couple of comments here. Let's see what else do we got. Let me see what else we got. I do think the Cubs should be trading for one of those dudes, or at least certainly calling for one of those guys. Okay, what do we got here? Vizzo Joe. No, I'm not hoping for injury. Tyson Bagent, the troll, asked, when will Bagent start? All right, you guys got to remember, I'm trying to keep up. The comments are not as visible this way as I normally used to. Come on, Clyde. You're saying I have spelling problems and going after Guff, ignoring you. Wow. Yeah, Clyde, come on. Enough's enough with the going after people saying you didn't do what. Cap didn't pay his power bill. Dave saying that. I was waiting. I can't believe it took that long for someone to comment in about the power bill. Chef Paul, I'm going to see this guy tonight. You're the man, Guff. I'll bring over a flashlight. Chef Paul, come on over, my man, because we're sitting here. At least it's a somewhat light. I'm not sitting in the complete dark as we continue to do this. Let's see, Christian. Cubs game's not getting, guys, the rain has stopped. Chef Paul and I have a date later because his grandson and my son are going toe-to-toe in a game. That thing's not being canceled. The Cubs aren't getting canceled tonight. I really think they're playing. Jim, good for you, Guff. Way to audible on the fly. No other way to do it, Jim. There's no other way to do it, my friend. As I continue to try to find here, Kurt, what do we got from Kurt? Any chance the Cubs go out and get a real closer like Fairbanks instead of one reclamation project after another? I do think there's a real chance. Even though I like Palencia a lot, I do think it would help. I think it would help. I love this comment from Brick. Costco on a Wednesday is a power move, Pablo. We've talked about Costco on the show when the right time to go is, and that's certainly one of them. Love the recovery. Good job. Thanks, BK. Thanks for all the comments, guys. I'm trying to do all that I can to keep up with them. I'm not going to get to all of them, I think, doing this format. I think they should go after deGrom. Him pitching with this offense would be a great match made in heaven. deGrom would have to waive his no trade clause, but you would think it for a team like the Cubs that wouldn't be a problem. What we got here? Reggie Banks. He can bring a flashlight. I'm bringing a flashlight. Everyone's coming with flashlights. Let's go. I need you guys. This is something. What else do we got? Welcome to the lunch crew, Jim. This is from Kyle. Always like when new people join the community. I can't stress enough how much I enjoy when people do that. If this is where the channel ends, let me say one word that encapsulates this show. Provasic. Oh, anytime we can quote the great. Here we go. Coach Brandon Davis. We are the Wolves. Yes, we are. The Wolves going head to head against Hitch tonight. Should be a lot of fun. We got Hitch in the chat. We got Wolves in the chat. This is crazy. This is absolutely fantastic. Christian, I don't live in the Chi, so I have no idea. LOL. Well, then, check the weather apps, guys. Check the weather apps. A couple more. Becky, good to see you here. Yeah, Chef, we're gonna need some beer here because this is getting stressful. I'm starting to sweat. The air conditioning went off. Complete mess in here. Clyde Palencia throws 101 electric stuff, capable closer. Well, we'll see as the season gets close. It's one thing right now pitching games in May. Okay, later on in the year we'll have to see. I'm watching while watching the White Sox. Eli, I was until we lost the power. The Rangers are so mid, it's insane. Yeah, Christian, I don't get it. They cannot score. Let's Pablo, all of a sudden I feel claustrophobic. Oh, you guys. What else do we got here? I agree with Cap. Hope Caleb answers those questions regarding the book, like Belichick moving on to 2025. I just fans clearly don't care, and I think let's move on. Call PCA to see if he can run fast enough to help generate some power for you. LOL. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check on our building. Check on the building here. I'm rooting like hell for Shaw. He's been much better since coming back, hitting 355. He's already playing stellar defense. Just wait until that back comes around. No doubt, Swayze. 4-0 Sox. Keep doing your great job. How about this? The White Sox taking it to the Mets in Citi Field. I almost said Shea Stadium. And let's get here. Let's get a couple other things here on the fine program. You guys know, to be honest with you, this feels like we should be going to Hooters right now to have some tender tacos. Haven't eaten yet. But more importantly, the way we're doing this show calls for a Paloma, which is $8 the rest of the week into June 1st. It's the drink of the month. And more like my style of the Big Daddy mug. I know there's more than one of us in this chat that appreciates the Big Daddy mug. Chef Paul being one, Breck Bear being another. How you fill it and what you fill it with is up to you. But there's summer flavors or summer beers or Dos Equis. Summer Shandy, of course, Blue Moon. I like the sweet, I like the heat, the mango habanero, and of course the cinnamon pretzel bites to finish all meals off. OriginalHooters.com, one of 11 Chicagoland locations near you. Ordered.Hooters.com. It might be what we're doing tonight in the McGuffey house based off of what the results happen in a little game that we're playing. Let's get to the bet of the day, because I know there are plenty of you that are here for it. And guys, I have here, I'm gonna have to do this. Can I do a 2-for-1? There. Look at this. Look at this, Pablo. You are going to be jacked up here. Pablo, holding the phone, on the phone, have the aviators, because we won again. Cashed again last night. OG Ananobi, a 20-plus point game. We needed 16 or more. He got that. Guys, I just don't think Julius Randle is done yet. Now, they might be done as a team, but I like Julius. Every time this series, he's had his single-digit game. Okay? Pardon my moving the camera. Every time he's had a single-digit game, he's bounced back with 20 or more. Their lives are on the line. Julius Randle's a dog. The points is low, and I like the value. And you're giving me plus money on the value. Shop this around. I've seen it minus 105 at other places. 16.5. We need 17 points. One more time. If the T-Wolves have any shot of keeping this series going, even making it a game tonight, Julius Randle has to be a dude. You see we're 2-0 this week. I'd like to keep that number as a fat goose egg on the other end and let this thing go all the way into the rest of May and have a winning shutout week. And let's get this thing all the way up to 17-8. I just, that's where I'm at on the add to the bag, the aviators. Absolutely. You guys, I mean, how I'm being able to pull this off right now, I'm not going to sit here and look for like a pat on the back, but I'm just telling you, it's not easy what I'm doing. Juicy parlay, 40-1, Panthers to win over 5.5, Barkov first goal scorer. Look at that lip. I'm here for it, man. Here for it. Mets don't have that. Mets don't look at that to me. Pitching is iffy. $700 million man looks meh right now. And there's still 13 games over 500. Landon, sorry, I'm late. Off to a good start for the Sox. Don't stop now, boys. It's tough to sleep a team. Shane Smith is dealing. He got mad when we talked about other possible all-stars. The recap bet of the day, Julius Randle over 16.5 points. Lip says he's going to ladder Randle. I think he needs to step up. Look at how he's rebounded in this series after a single-digit game. He had another one the other day. Zach Gallen means that the Diamondbacks have to go south. They're right around 500 right now. I don't think they're there yet. It'll be interesting to see how they do it. All right, I'm going to cut this puppy off. You guys have been awesome. I'm glad I got to hang on here. It's been the recap lunch hour with Guff with no power. Good thing I hopped in the car and raced all the way to the recap studio when I could have just done this from home where the power bills are up to date, because this kind of sucks. Hanging in there, though, and I'm here for you guys. The recap lunch hour with Guff. Big game tonight. We'll let you know how the Chef Paul double or nothing pizza bet resides tomorrow. It should be a real barn burner over at Lane Stadium tonight. Can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys. I do think the Cubs should be very seriously considering looking into a Chris Sale, Jacob deGrom type, but we'll have to see for now. Have a great day. I think the weather is past. Let's knock on wood that it has. Always love the debates. I'll be back here tomorrow. Power be damned, with or without it. It's been the Recap Lunch Hour with Guff every day, Monday through Friday, brought to you by Hooters, one of the original Hooters.com, one of the 11 Chicagoland locations near you. Have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to go fix this power situation. We'll get to it from there. Take that.